Good evening, everybody. It's Erin Dalia from Wanderlust Healing and the Mystic Healing Alliance here on meetup.com. I am very excited to be teaching vibration breath work tonight with an intuitive meditation. And I think the really great part about this particular work style is it is in itself, as a practice, a meditation that's intuitive, that's a little guided, and it's a breath work. And I absolutely love this because learning this for me was like, wow, there's a different dimension to my favorite meditation, which is Vipassana. And it's like 180 degrees in the opposite direction, which is going to be so much fun. I'm very excited. So get comfortable, find a seat. We're not going to be laying down tonight just because we are exploring this breath, and I look forward to working with you. We are going to be exploring vibration breath, and this is an intuitive meditation while breathing at the same time. I actually have never heard of this breath until this class, and I have found it to be very fun in a polar opposite way to my Vipassana breath. So when we were doing kind of a slower, more conscious breathing, we were exploring the art of Vipassana and part of what Siddhartha Buddha became known for as the enlightened Buddha that he was. When vibration breath was originally discovered and created in the 70s, it was because a practitioner that was asked to go into the master level of practice said, you know, this isn't really my calling. This really doesn't fit for me. And so he was coming down out of the monastery area with his master, and they walked to the Ganges River. And basically, they had this conversation about really what is the breath and what is the point of breathing outside of the autonomic response to living. And I'm going to summation this a little bit for the parts that I found really integral for today's class. And they came across the 5 elements of vibration as he was standing there with his master, realizing what he was really experiencing and what he wanted to experience and to help others experience, which is to consciously, while breathing, experience kind of a joy and a gratitude for anything you're experiencing at once, consciously, whilst breathing. When I first heard that, I was like, sounds a little fairy tale-ish. But when I really got into doing the work, I realized that it's a great way to transmute anything that you're currently experiencing and or feeling in the moment so that it can grow forward and be released in this kind of intuitive, somewhat guided if you want it to be, but space that we're going to create tonight whilst breathing. And so those 5 pillars are, we're going to start with a circular breath. Now, this is not going to be like the circular breaths we've explored in other classes where it's like slow and rhythmic or super fast. It's going to be a variation of depending on what you are personally experiencing. And I'm going to kind of guide you through that as we go. And what we're going to do is, especially on the exhalation, we're going to completely relax. We're going to give way. We're going to let it roll. We're just going to out every breath that you feel called to do so. And then primarily on the inhalation, we're going to dial into our awareness in a great level of detail. And not just the physical sensation, but maybe what you're feeling, how's the thinking going. We're going to really take that moment to, while we're inhaling, experience the present moment that's happening within your reality as a practice of awareness. Then the 4th pillar is integration into ecstasy, which was the core principle of what the founder of Vibration Breath was kind of exploring as he had had an epiphany moment where he was radiating in ecstasy, but then found it really hard to get back to that moment. And part of what he realized is that in transmuting your experiences and being able to kind of grow meant that you had to find your happiness, your bliss in everything, not just the positive parts, but the negative parts too. So we're going to go through that, and that's going to be part of our intuitive meditation that I'm going to help you refine through today's practice. And the 5th pillar was do whatever you do willingly, like determined is enough. That you cannot get this wrong, but you have to be determined enough to show up stay here and do the breath for class. There are 3 pivotal points to remember when we are doing this breath outside of just the 5 pillars, is that we're here to explore the subtle changes in any experience that we're having whilst breathing. We're inhaling through the strongest feelings, bringing our attention, bringing our awareness in, and we are going to be enjoying that moment for whatever it is, because that means that whatever we're experiencing, we are releasing, we are transmuting, we are growing. And that is the point of Vivation breath. So it's so in line with certain aspects of Siddhartha Buddha's Vipassana, and that, we are bringing awareness, we are bringing intent, we are focusing on sensation. But instead of being in a non-moving, we're going to be moving. In fact, if you feel that you are having moments where you're experiencing something really challenging, you pick up your breath. I want you to take short, fast, either in through the nose and out through the nose, in through the mouth, out through the mouth, whatever combination you feel intuitively guided to. Do that for about 10 seconds and then come back to a normal breath. While you're in that normal breath and that circular in and out, just rhythmic breathing, are you still feeling that intensity? Go back to doing a short breath. Now, it can bring about some things like dizziness. So if it becomes too much of an experience, that's fine. Come back to your normal rhythm of breath. Slowly open your eyes. Wait before you decide to get up and move around, just so that you can come back, acclimate yourself into your environment so that we don't hurt ourselves. If you're feeling ecstasy, you're feeling these really positive feelings, which is great, I want you to let them expand. And you can deepen your breath, you can slow your breath, you can speed up your breath. You'll get these cues from me as I guide you through your meditation tonight. But this is you learning to intuitively understand what your body and your feelings and your mind are calling for in order to release the intensity and transform anything that you are experiencing through giving it light, like giving it ecstasy, joy, gratitude. So as all breath works, especially because this one's intuitive, if you have any contraindications, if you are triggered by the sound of breath, if you have anxieties or depressions, PTSDs, breath complications, COPD, asthma, you're pregnant, whatever it may be, please consult with a professional or consider doing this with a live professional if it's your first time, so that you can be in a safe space and explore the amazing, amazing results that happen when you practice Vivation breath regularly. If you are an experienced breather and you are ready for class, let's sit down and get on to it. So we're going to start with any kind of seating you want. I'm going to ask tonight that you not lay down so that we can really experience that whole feeling. We're going to bring movement into the body, and I really don't want to get so comfortable that we potentially fall asleep tonight. So go ahead, do your jam, and get ready and comfortable. Now make sure your feet are flat on the ground if you're sitting in a regular chair. If you're sitting cross-legged on the floor like I am today, go ahead and just find what space is going to work for you in this moment. We're going to put our hands on our legs. If it needs to be closer to the body, more in the lap, whatever it may be. Go ahead and start to close your eyes. And we're going to start breathing in and out through the nose, maybe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Maybe let us sigh it out through the mouth. But we're going to keep it as a circular and conscious breath. So try not to pause the top or bottom of your breath, but definitely allow yourself to experience breathing in and breathing out. And as you exhale, and every exhale that you want to with this breath tonight, I do want you to just sigh it, let it out. Let it go. Let it be that thing we are releasing, and find gratitude in the fact that with every exhale, you are releasing. Now, as you continue to breathe, Maybe it's in through the mouth and out through the mouth. I'm going to be in through the nose and out through the mouth tonight, because that's what I feel called to do. As you continue to breathe, let's take a mental scan of the body together. I'm just going to come into that kind of relaxed, rhythmic breathing, bringing our intention to the top of the head, and just letting your intention roll over your head, your face, your cheeks, your lips, your eyes, back of your head, through the neck, down the throat, letting your shoulders just move up and then down and then up and down. Letting your arms relax, your hands become comfortable in your lap. Coming down into your chest area, really feeling that inhale in, exhale out. Take that breath into the diaphragmatic area through your abdomen, letting your stomach extend instead of your chest. From your chest, coming into your upper abdomen, coming into your center abdomen, from your upper back into your middle back. Coming down into your pelvic floor area, being aware of those hips, maybe letting those hips go a little bit. Coming down into the legs, from the legs into your knees, into your calves and shins, all the way to your feet. Just take a few moments to feel everything that you just scanned. Feel your whole body. Now, there might be a part of your body where you're feeling something pretty intensely. It could be a sensation, it could be like an itch, a scratch, it can be a discomfort, it could be in joy. Maybe it has an emotional feeling. And allow yourself, through this rhythmic breath, to become aware of what that is, where it is in the body. And as you become aware of whatever it is, we're not bringing judgment, it just is. It could be a thought. I want you to imagine that you're breathing into that space as if it was a container that could hold air. And then as you're exhaling, exhale from that space. Inhale to the space. Exhale from that space. And as you're inhaling and exhaling from that space, does it change? Take a few more minutes to breathe from that area and notice if it shifts positions in your body. Maybe it shifts colors, textures, temperatures, stories in your mind. Just be aware, observe it, watch it. Breathing into it, breathing out. And remember, every time we exhale, no matter what we're experiencing, let it be deeply relaxing. Now, as you're breathing into this area, it might develop. And as the inhale comes in, I want you to find ecstasy, find a little bit of joy in whatever you're experiencing. And as we're experiencing that, I'm going to break that down. Even the hardest parts of our life teach us wisdom, give us experience, help us be better. And so no matter how hard, whatever it is you're experiencing, if that's your case, find the sliver of ecstasy, of happiness, of gratitude, of joy, and breathe into that. And release out all the stuff that just doesn't serve you. Breathe into that joy. And breathe out what doesn't honor you. Now, if it's really intense, and it's trying to rob you of your mind, and it's trying to rob you of your moment, you can move. Give some wiggles in there if you need it. But you can also quicken your breath to short inhalations for about 10 seconds. You can count that on your own. I'm going to do a round of it with you. Take a regular few breaths after that. And if you need to do it more, do it more. So in these short breaths, we're going to bring it into that feeling. We're going to expand it. We're going to let it rip. Just let it happen. Find that joy. Let it continue to expand and release as we begin. And relax. How did it change that space? We're going to do one more round just so you can try it again. It might energize you, it might make it more intense, but notice that this is not your whole world. This is not the beginning or end of your experience. It's just something in between. And if you sit here determined and breathing and just letting it out, taking every exhalation as a deeper relaxation, that it shifts. And you start to feel more joy. And you start to feel more light. Second round, here we go. And breathe. If you need to keep doing that, even though we're going to do just more of a rhythmic breath, you can even shorten and shallow the breath as necessary. And you should feel free to do that at any point during this experience to either expand and release any part of your breath, whether it's your exhale, inhale. But let what you are experiencing, let what you are physically feeling guide you. Let your heart lead the way. Let it find more joy and more ecstasy in whatever your experience is. Breathing into that space. Breathing out deep relaxation. And maybe what you're experiencing as it turns lighter, as it turns easier and more pleasurous to experience, maybe you start to notice that it's not just located in one space in your body, but maybe it's rippling out all over you. Maybe it's rippling out into the environment around you. Keeping that circular breath in and out. If you need to rock or move side to side, whatever it is, just lean into that. As we release into each breath, as we bring deeper relaxation with each exhale, as we bring more space with every inhale, find this creative opportunity that whatever you're experiencing, let it change shape. Let it change perspective. Let yourself see these opportunities in a whole new way. Really let yourself build it up and drop it. Let it out. Smooth. Breath is here as a tool of light and healing. Not just something you can do to experience and continue your life, but to deepen your awareness of how you are living every moment of each day. And especially when we're feeling the most challenging experiences, our breath is always here for us, always waiting. Deep breathing. You need to shift the rhythm of your breath. Do so. What do you feel called for? enjoy the rhythm that you're finding. Know that this is your sacred space. We're going to come in from our circular breathing, come back to a natural cadence in whatever fashion you feel called. And allow yourself to just wash over head to toe with your consciousness the difference, the expansion, the light, the love. Notice that what might have been challenging somehow got lighter. It got easier. Your perception of it changed. That sensation in your body changed. And if you were feeling light and joy already, let yourself be aware of how much it's expanded, how energized and happy you may feel. Coming into your space, coming into your environment, being aware of what you're actually experiencing. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes, come back into our space. And how do you feel? Really, like, what do you feel? How do you feel? Let yourself take a moment to really consciously and intentionally experience it. We've been breathing for about 20 minutes. We went through all sorts of ups and downs together. And how did that help you? How did it change you? And if you feel called to, you can unmute and let's explore. So as you begin to explore what you might have been feeling in this class, it's really important to integrate it also by maybe writing or journaling, finding someone to talk about how you expanded into what you were experiencing. I, for one, started getting like really tingles, like dead leg in my left leg. And instead of really moving and instead of really like adjusting and whatever, I tried my best to breathe into that sensation and to see if I could find some joy and to let it expand. And eventually, the tingles from dead leg definitely stopped, but I also feel a lot lighter in my leg. Like whatever I might have been carrying there is maybe not as intense as it was before. And I feel a lot lighter. I feel very energized. And I feel like this was definitely a breath I'm going to take with me as I move forward. And I hope that you do the same. As always, you can reach out at any time if you need help integrating this experience. I am available for calls, one-on-one. There's no fees. It's just you and I. Because the important part about all of this and what we're bringing forward is that you learn to love it and find the benefit of it in you. With that said, I hope you like my channel here. I hope you've subscribed so that you're seeing all the breathworks and the new series coming out after my breathworks are done at the end of April. That you're sharing this with all your friends, because that is really like the greatest gift I could possibly think of to receive from anybody who enjoys this work, is sharing it with your community, and that you've liked this video so the YouTube world knows that it was beneficial to you. So with that said, my friends, from now until then, so much light, so much love. Have a beautiful day.